Paranormal King Radio Network, bringing you the best paranormal hosts and guests. Bringing you the best paranormal shows and features. Playing the top musical artists from around the world. Paranormal King Radio Network. With the best paranormal hosts and guests. The best in paranormal shows and features. Playing the best musical artists from around the world. Paranormal King Radio Network. The paranormal will never be the same.
There are things in this world of the paranormal that we do not understand, but we try to explain it through methods of science, magic, religion, and historical accounts. What we present to you now is Haunted Salem's Beyond the Grave, where the dead educate the living.
Contrary to what those who choose to persecute or lie about us wish to believe, Wicca is a very peaceful, harmonious, and balanced way of life which promotes oneness with the divine in all which exists. Here on Beyond the Grave Radio, you will learn all about what is Wicca, and Wicca and spells. Know your craft. Welcome to Beyond the Grave Radio with Haunted Salem on the Paranormal King Radio Network. I am your host, Christina Corsetti, and tonight's topic is Wicca and spells. Know your craft. Tonight we have a fun-filled night in store for all you listeners. Considering the amount of information we will be going through, you either can take notes during the show or message me on Facebook, and I can send you the archive of the show by email. Now, the first half of the show is going to be all about the basics of Wicca, and the second half of the show is going to be about spells. Now, these are real spells that do work, and I would not give any spells that would harm or damage you or to others. So hopefully the computers will play nice tonight and not be haunted. I really need that to happen. So let's start off with the basics first on what is Wicca. Wicca is a modern pagan witchcraft religion. It was developed in England during the first half of the 20th century and was introduced to the public in 1954 by Gerald Gardner, a retired British civil servant. Wicca draws upon a diverse set of ancient pagan and 20th century Hermetic motifs for its theological structure and ritual practice. Now, Wicca has no central authority. Its traditional core beliefs, principles, and practices. Wicca is very peaceful, harmonious, and a balanced way of life, which promotes oneness with the divine and all which exists. Wicca is a deep appreciation and awe in watching the sunrise and sunset, the forest in the light of a glowing moon, a meadow enchanted by the first light of day. To be a witch is to be a healer, a teacher, a seeker, a giver, and a protector of all things. If this path is yours, you may walk with honor, light, and integrity. Now, we acknowledge the cycles of nature, the lunar phases, and the seasons to celebrate our spirituality and to worship the divine. It is a belief system that allows the witch to work with not in supplication to deities with its intent of living in harmony and achieving balance with all things. The spells that we do involve healing, love, harmony, wisdom, creativity. The potions that we stir might be headache remedy, a cold tonic, or an herbal flea bath for our pets. We strive to gain knowledge of and use the natural remedies placed on earth by the divine for our benefit instead of using drugs unless absolutely necessary. Wiccans believe that the spirit of the one, goddess or god, exists in all things, in the trees, the rain, the flowers, the sea, and in all nature's creatures. This means that we must treat all things on earth as aspect of the divine. We attempt to honor and respect life, and Wiccans learn from to revere the gift of natural from divine creation by celebrating the cycles of the sun, moon, and the seasons. We search within ourselves for the cycles that correspond to those of the natural world and try to live in harmony with the movement of this universal energy. Our teachers are the trees, the rivers, the lakes, the meadows, the mountains, and the animals, as well as others who have walked this path before us. This belief creates respect for the environment and all life upon the earth. Now, Wiccans' celebration follows both the cycles of moon, known as Espats, and associated with the goddess, and the cycles of the sun, seasonally based festivals known as Sabbats, and associated with the horn god. An unattributed statement known as the Wiccan Rede is a popular expression of Wiccan morality, although it is not accepted by all Wiccans. Wicca often involves the ritual practice of magic, though it's not always necessary. So the difference between a pagan and a Wiccan is not hard to understand when one understands that pagan is an umbrella term, and Wiccan is a term that comes under pagan. Pagan indicates that someone is a follower of paganism. Paganism is defined as a religion rooted in the earth. Christianity came later and took roots in cities first. These people were followers of all things natural and natural laws, proceeding and being above everything else. Pagans proudly ascribe their faith as being pre-Christian faith. It seems that paganism is a rather generic term that includes all beliefs that precede major religions in the world. Earth-based spirituality is what paganism implies, and many of the followers of major faiths of the world, when they embrace paganism, have a feeling of homecoming within themselves. Christians often categorize pagans as rural people who did not worship Jesus as their God. For Christians, all including atheists, which people who don't believe in God, monotheistic, people who believe in a single God through not the true God, and polytheistic, people who believe in many gods, were all pagans. Hence, pagan is an umbrella term that includes within its fold many other subgroups. There's Astro, Kemetic, Voodoo, Shamanism, Wiccan, and other beliefs under the generic term called paganism. So Wiccan is just one of those. Now, Wiccan, as a term is rather new, as it evolved about 50 years ago. It was used to refer to a religion that seems to have been reconstructed or follows the lines of religion followed by ancient witches. However, there are many variations with Wicca. Wiccans describe them as traditions. Wicca is dualistic religion. That means they believe in two gods. a combination of a god and a goddess. The goddess is known as the mother goddess, while the god is known as the horn god. The mother goddess is associated with earth, moon, and stars. The horn god is associated with the sun, animals, and forest. So since Wiccan is a pagan religion, the traditions are bound with the nature. They have seasonal festivals that are known as Sabbats, and they can follow magic if they want to. Now, witchcraft is a spiritual system that fosters the free thought and will of an individual, encourages learning and an understanding of the earth and nature, thereby affirming the divinity of all living things. Most importantly, however, it teaches responsibility. We accept responsibility for our actions and deeds as clearly as a result of the choices we make. We do not blame an exterior entity or being for our shortcomings, our weaknesses, or our mistakes. If we mess up or do something that brings harm to another, we have no one but ourselves to blame, and we must face the consequences resulting in those actions. Witches have very strict beliefs in the Law of Three, which states that whatever we send out into our world shall return to us threefold, either good or bane. With this in mind, a true witch would hesitate in doing magic or to harm or manipulate another being. That boomerang we throw will eventually come back to us much larger and harder than we threw it. So the threefold law is a belief and principle of which magic is used. The law relates to the use of power and energy, for when used, power is returned to the sender 3 times the level it was sent out. Used in relation with the ethos, do what thy will, though is harm none, as stated in the Wiccan Rede. Witches take great care when preparing and casting spells that no harm should become to others because of it. The nature of the threefold return can perhaps be better understood when considering the cause and effect principle of a spell. Let's take an example. Someone comes to you in distress with a problem. You help by sending out positive energy, and the problem is successfully resolved. This automatically makes you feel good about yourself, and the influences your thoughts. Thus, your state of consciousness is altered. In your thoughts stir emotions, which has a physical effect on the body by causing glandular secretions to enter into the bloodstream. This resulting state of mind and body lifts your spirit, which is what makes you feel good. Thus, the act of a single good deed, you have been affected 3 times in mind, body, and spirit. This then is your threefold response to the return of the positive energy. Now consider your response had you send out a negative energy or something went drastically wrong. The Wiccan Rede. Now, the Rede is not a law. Rede means advice. The Rede is the most basic expression of ethics in Wicca. It consists of 2 simple lines. In ye harm none, do what ye will, and it harm none, do what you will. It's harmless, and you are permitted to do it. Harm none is a commandment telling you not to cause harm. And ye harm none, do what ye will, is permissive, giving a set of circumstances where you may do as you wish without judgment. Now, what witchcraft is not? Witchcraft or Wicca is not a cult. We do not proclaim ourselves to be spokespersons for the divine or try to get others to follow us as their leaders. We do not worship Satan or consort the demons. Satan is a Christian creation, and they can keep him. We do not need a paranoid creation of supreme evil and external damnation to scare us into doing the right thing and helping others. We choose to do the right thing and love our brothers and sisters because it is the right thing and it feels good to do it. I suppose it's a maturity thing. We do not sacrifice animals or humans because that would violate our basic tenet of harm none. Anyone who does and claims to be a Wiccan or witch is lying. We have no need to steal or control the life force of another to achieve mystical or supernatural powers. We draw energy from within, our personal relationship with the divine in the nature. We do not use the forces of nature or the universe to hex or cast on others. Again, harm none is the whole of the law. Meditation is a way to step away from your running mind for a moment, and that is silence, being able to go deeper into your soul. When casting spells, it's important that our minds are trained and focused so that we can cast the spells properly and direct the energy in the right way. Daily or regular meditation will help you along the way in achieving this kind of focus. In meditation, you can also access higher truths, your spirit guides, and your spirit self, your higher self. When you are in a meditative state, simply ask to connect with the higher self and ask him or her any questions you like. Answers will usually come through your intuition or some sensory experience. Next, you might want to start gathering some tools. Wiccan rituals tools are used in order to direct energy according to the witch's wishes. Ritual tools aren't mandatory for magic, and not all witches use them, but they can add strength to a spell or ritual. And creating your own collection of magical spells or tools can be a lot of fun. The atheme. The atheme is a knife that is not used for cutting, but rather a direct energy and ritual. The atheme is often dull, usually double-edged with a black or dark handle, may be engraved with magical symbols, but is not really necessary. A sword has the same function as the atheme. These ritual tools are both linked to the element of fire and, due to their nature, often used as a representation of God. The besom. The besom is more commonly known as the witch's broomstick. Witches never used brooms for flying. This is a myth, obviously. Witches flying was a basic attempt to explain astral projection. The real purpose of the besom is to symbolically cleanse an area by sweeping away its negative energies, usually before and after a ritual. Besoms of old were made of willow binding, birch twigs, and ash staff through any natural material that can be used today. You have the bowline. The bowline is a traditionally white-handled knife used for practical purposes rather than ritual ones. It is used for cutting herbs, cords, and wands, or for inscribing symbols. This tool can be used both inside and outside of the circle. The Book of Shadows. The Book of Shadows is a witch's personal workbook which contains spells, invocations, notes, runes, and more. It can be a physical notebook or stored on a computer. Your Book of Shadows is highly personal, and you can get creative with it and design it as well. Next, you have the cauldron. The cauldron is a traditional vessel of cooking and brewing, symbolizes transformation as well as fertility and fertility. It corresponds to the element of water and the goddess. The cauldron is often used as the focal point of your ritual due to its multi-purpose nature. Traditionally, cauldrons are made of cast iron and have 3 legs. Next, you have the censer. The censer is an incense burner. It holds the incense during ritual. Any bowl or cup can be used for this purpose. The act of burning incense and breathing it can sometimes bring forth an altered state of consciousness. It is often placed before the images of deity and on an altar and corresponds to the element of air. Next, you have the chalice, which serves a similar purpose to the cauldron, except with smaller capacity. It can be used for mixing potions, for holding salt water to cleanse objects, or to hold ritual wine or other liquids. The chalice symbolizes the goddess of fertility and corresponds with the element of water. Next, you have crystals, which can be very powerful magic tools since they hold an animate healing energy. You can use dedicated crystals for spells, or you can simply place crystals around your home or carry them on your person in order to absorb some of their healing energies. The most versatile crystal is crystal quartz. It is a very powerful amplifier of energy and can hold any vibration that you charge it with. Other crystals can be used more specific purposes. For example, rose quartz for love, citrine for abundance, onyx for protection, and so on. Which leads us to organite. Organite is a crystal amplifier, a healing tool that amplifies the power and range of crystals. It also holds magical intent very well. Basic organite is created from resin, metal, and crystal quartz, although other ingredients can be added to it to improve its function. Next, we have the pentacle, which is a flat disc which is inscribed with a symbol, most commonly the pentagram, which is the 5-pointed star that has been used in magic for thousands of years. The pentagram represents the 5 elements: air, water, earth, fire, and spirit. The pentacle itself can be made of any material, including brass, gold, silver, wood, wax, and clay. The pentacle is an instrument of protection and a tool for invocation. It is sometimes considered to be a portal between this world and the spirit world. Sometimes it is hung above windows and doors to its protective qualities. Next, we have the wand. The wand are traditionally made from wool. The wand has been used for thousands of years as a primary magic tool. It is an instrument used to direct energies, drawing circles, and to create magical symbols. It is linked to the symbol of air, a sacred element of the gods. Wands are traditionally made from willow, elder, or oak. Though almost any material can be used to create a wand, sometimes crystals are added at the tip of the wand since crystals amplify the energies sent through the wand. Next, we have the altar. There are 3 general and basic types of altars that can be made: a permanent altar, a portable altar, and a traveling altar. The permanent altar, this is for your home, outdoor or indoor, but mostly people make it indoor. If you want to build it outdoor, you must make sure all the tools are safe. This type of altar, as the name implies, is permanent and means for long usage. Permanent altar can have complete tools like a thame, wand, bowline, chalice, cauldron, etc. Next, you have the portable altar. This is good for broom closet witch, or didn't have many place to build an altar, like you live in a small apartment. They call it a broom closet witch. This type of altar can be easily moved around or placed in smaller areas like a closet or beneath a bed. It's ideal for someone who wants to be able to move the altar out of the way. Use a box for the table. Choose small and a simple one, and a scarf or a towel as the cloth. You can make a mini pentacle with cardboard or paper and choose potpourri to change incense. For gods and goddesses, use rock and draw the symbol of triple goddess and horn god, whichever deities you are working with. For the elements, you use your imagination. Example, earth pine cone or pebbles, air feathers, incense, potpourri, water seashells or a cup of water, maybe a fire match or even a tea candle. Next, you have a travel altar. This is a mini and simple altar for traveling if you are often go anywhere for business or you're going for a holiday. It's easy to pack up and take with you for rituals on the go. Use makeup bags, small bags, or a pouch for carrying. Bring 2 candles of esbats, gods and goddesses representation, a small pentacle, a simple altar cloth. You can make a representation of each element. You should include a match or a lighter in this carrying bag. Now, you can make what's called a Sabbath altar. A Sabbath altar there are 8 Sabbaths throughout the year. Samhain, Yule, and Baal, Ostra, Beltane, Litha, and Lunasa, and Mabon. Those are a little hard to pronounce. And each represents a different point in the year as well as a season. With each Sabbath, the altar should be decorated accordingly with colors and seasonal plants found at the time. For Samhain, your altar should include orange, black, gold, silver, and white. Apples, pumpkins, and gourds are among some of the seasonal foods that should be present. Now, we're going to talk about how to cast a circle of protection. Casting a circle of protection is a way for Wiccans to protect themselves during magic work. It creates a high energy space where you can safely carry out your magic without the interference of any negative or harmful entities that might otherwise be attracted to you, metaphysical energies during rituals and spell castings. Now, you want to mark out your circle. First, you want to decide where to create your circle, whether you have an altar or you just have a peaceful corner of your home, or maybe outside in nature. Pick a place where you are undisturbed so that you can focus and work in peace. It's not necessarily to mark out your circle, but some like to do it for ritual purposes or for protection. You can create a circle of rocks or crystals, or sprinkle sea salt along the edges of your circle, or place candles around you. For example, 5 to mark out the points of the pentacle, or 4 placed at the cardinal points, west, north, east, and south, all also representing each of the 4 elements. It's up to you how you like to mark out and decorate your circle. Now, casting. The next step is to conjure the pure energy that will surround and protect you. There are as many to do this as there are practitioners, so you'll find a way that is suitable for you and your practices. Now, how to cast a basic circle of protection. Here's an example of a basic circle casting which can be performed quickly and easily without the use of tools. Stand in the middle of your circle, relax and breathe deeply. Imagine that your crown, which is the top of your head, opens up like a funnel to receive divine white light. Your crown is always connected to the divine and to your higher self, and you can open up and amplify this channel at your will. Open your arms, palms facing out. With each in-breath, visualize yourself pulling down pure divine light through your own crown. As you breathe out, you channel the light through your palms to create a protective shield around you. As you fill the space around you with this high vibration energy, you may feel a tingle or a buzz. You may get goosebumps or you'll feel light and uplifted. Now, hold one arm outstretched, the one you write with, and point to the edge of the circle. Spin around clockwise 3 times, mentally marking out your circle with the divine light. Then raise your arms above your head and say, I ask that the God and goddesses bless the circle so that I may be free and protected within the space. So mote it be. And you are ready to cast your spell or perform your ritual. To close your circle, hold out your arm and spin anti-clockwise 3 times and feel the protective light dispersing. Thank the spirits for their presence and declare the circle closed. Now, candle magic. Like candles, help create a mystical and magical atmosphere during a ritual. They bring the element of fire, and they can be used to release and initiate something. The flame, of course, can also be used to initiate incense or burn materials. The light of a candle can also serve as a beacon for invited spirits. However, the color of the candle will have effect of what type of energy it brings to the ritual, and thus some colors were better for particular kinds of spells. So we're going to go over here some of the colors and what they mean. White. White contains all colors. It simplifies purity and innocence and the maiden aspect of the triple goddess, used for purification, peace, healing, truth, serenity, cleansing, spirituality, clarity, wholeness, and joy. It also represents repel negative energy, relieves tension, and aids in meditation. Yellow. Yellow is a realm of intellect, inspiration, and creativity. It's used for confidence and charm, persuasion, wisdom, mental strength, concentration, communication, memory, logic, and learning. It stimulates your personal power and self-esteem and promotes cheerfulness and optimistic outlook. Use it to invoke or represent the element of air. Orange. Orange is energizing and promotes stimulation, joy, and success. Used for good fortune, prosperity, power, action, energy building, and courage. Aids in legal matters, achieving goals, cleansing negative attitudes, and bringing in happiness. Also used for attracting friends and inspires emotional healings. Next we have pink, which represents all variations of love. Friendly, romantic, spiritual, and universal. Used for love, magic, compassion, forgiveness, joy, harmony, sensitivity, emotional and spiritual healing, and self-love. Promotes spiritual awakening and opening of the heart. Next we have red. Red is the color of fire and passion. It represents activity and action, blood, love, sex, fertility, potency, power, vitality, and courage. It instills energy and strength that can thus be used for health, vigor, and defense. It also symbolizes the mother aspect of the triple goddess, used to invoke or represent the element of fire. Next, we have purple. It's highly spiritual color and associated with psychic abilities, spiritual awakening, and ancient wisdom. It is the color of the third eye chakra, where your psychic vision and inner eye reside. So purple can be used to open your third eye in order to invite visions and enhance intuition. Used only for spiritual protection, healing, respect, honor, wisdom, purification, sensitivity, progress, spiritual growth, and disassociating from the ego. Meditate regularly with a purple candle to reduce stress and insomnia. Next, we have magenta, which is used to facilitate quick changes and fast results in spell work. Burn with another candle to increase the energy of that candle, purpose, and intent. Also for exorcism and spiritual healing. Next, we have blue. Hold on one second. There's a question in chat. King, haunted, can Wiccans do harm to others through spells? Yes. Well, it's against the rules and the law of three, but there is black magic, but Wiccans don't practice black magic. Wiccans practice love and light. So, but yes. Well, actually, the answer would be no. Wiccans will not harm others through spells. No, they will not, even though it can be done. Next, we have blue, which is a soothing color and is connected to spiritually, inner peace, and harmony. Promotes wisdom, truth, tranquility, rest, you're welcome, King, healing, serenity, patience, and kindness. Burn for dream magic and dreams. Encourages loyalty, understanding, and a peaceful home. Use it to invoke or represent the element of water. Meditate with a blue candle to help focus your mind. Next, we have turquoise. Is used for stress relief, focus, and intellect. Aids in storing knowledge, improving memory, and finding logic in any situation. Now, I just want to say I want to welcome everybody in chat, and I wanted to thank you all for being there. I am by myself tonight, for Corey did have to work, but I will do my best for answering questions in chat and doing the show at the same time by myself. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop them down. I will see them, and I will get to them. Next, we have green, which is associated with nature, growth, fertility, and is a symbol of the goddess and her green earth. It is also a color often linked to money and financial success, used for luck and prosperity, abundance, generosity, earth, magic, physical and emotional healing, rejuvenation, and renewal. Assist agriculture to encourage a good harvest. Use it to invoke or represent the element of earth. Next, we have brown, which is the color of earth and holds a grounded, balanced vibration. Assists in clear thinking and decision making. Promotes concentration, intuition, material gain, wealth, common sense, and stability. Also encourages intuition and telepathic abilities. It is said to help locate lost objects and used to protect and heal animals. Silver or gray is a neutral color and can be used to deflect and neutralize negative influences. It brings protection against otherworldly entities, stabilizes energies, and promotes inner peace and serenity. Also a symbol of the goddess and can be used to invoke any female deity. Gold is associated with the god and solar deities. It is believed to attract the power of cosmic influences, encourages success, wealth, communication, persuasion, victory, masculine energy, and confidence. Used when invoking any male deity. Raven wings, witches are different in the fact that they can be Wiccan or pagan, and they can also not be. That is correct. Like I said before, paganism, Wiccan falls under paganism. Paganism's like an umbrella, and then it has many under it, and Wiccan's one of them. So they can either be or cannot be. That is correct. Next, we have the last one is black. Now, black absorbs all colors and is often used to absorb and banish negativity. It reverses curses and hexes, used for protection, banishing, repelling black magic, and ridding of bad habits. It enhances inner strength, resilience, and self-control, and can be used in meditation to delve deeper into the unconscious. Also burn the powerful healing and support through loss and grief. Represents the crone aspect of the triple goddess. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about moon magic. The moon governs many magical workings, and if you're not doing work specifically with lunar energies or entities, the moon does provide a guideline for the type of work being performed. Of course, there are also other factors that you should consider, such as the planetary day and hour of the work. If you picture the movement of the moon in terms of the clock, whose hands are moving backwards, the moon rests on the clock's hour hand. Earth sits on the clock's center, while the sun shines far off in the direction at 12 o'clock. As the moon orbits counterclockwise around Earth, its positions relative to the sun and Earth changes, giving us the varied phases of the moon. Each phase of the moon lasts approximately 5 days. So we're going to start off with the new moon. The new moon, the first phase is the lunar cycle is the new moon. The moon is positioned between the sun and the earth at 12 o'clock. From Earth, the sun and the moon appear to be in the same part of the sky and will rise and set together. The side of the moon that receives the sun's light is facing away from Earth, so no moon is visible to us on Earth's surface. On a very clear night, you might be able to make out a very faint gray outline view of the moon. This comes from the light of the sun being refracted off the Earth and back out to the moon. The new moon phase is best used for personal growth, healing, and blessings of new projects or ventures. It is also a good time to cleanse and concentrate new tools and objects you wish to use during rituals, ceremonies, or even upcoming festivals. One day after the new moon, a faint silver outline can be seen low on the western horizon as sunset. The moon has moved from new to a waxing crescent phase. As the moon continues in the counterclockwise orbit, the crescent grows larger or waxes. 1 week later, the moon reaches its second primary phase, the first quarter moon. Accordingly, the moon has moved 1/4 of the way around Earth. Now, I hope this is all making sense to you guys, because it actually is quite important. Now, the first quarter, the moon sits at 9 o'clock. The sun, the earth, and the moon form a right triangle on the left side of the clock. Here, only half the moon disk is illuminated. At first quarter, the moon rises 6 hours after the sun, at about noon. It reaches its highest point at sundown and sets around midnight. That means the moon can be seen during the daylight hours in the afternoon. Now, the waxing moon is best used for attracting magic, inner love spells, protection for couples, and healing energies for couples. What you want to attract to yourself in your path can be enhanced during this phase on the moon. For several days after first quarter, the moon continues to wax, but it is a waxing gibbous phase instead of a waxing crescent. A gibbous moon is more than a quarter moon, but less than a full moon. During this phase, the moon moves from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock on the dial, and the sun-Earth-Moon angle is getting larger, just like the moon's phase. Now, the full moon, when the moon reaches 6 o'clock position, the phase is full. The side of the moon that faces Earth is fully illuminated. That large circle of light a certain 2-year-old child, my son called the moon ball, on the clock, the sun, the earth, and the moon form a straight line. From Earth, the sun and the moon appear to be at the opposite ends of the sky, so the sun sets, the moon rises, and the full moon is now visible all night. The full moon is best used for banishing unwanted influences in your life. Think of it as shining a light on issues or challenges. It can also be a good time for creating protection, magic, and performing divination. You can use this time for releasing old patterns or issues and open the door for healing by giving energy to positive patterns you must put in place. Now, the full moon magic can be conjured during the 3 days prior to the rise of the full moon, and the night, the full moon, and during the 3 days after. Once it is past full, the moon moves to 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and the sun-earth-moon angle begins to shrink. The moon phase is also getting smaller. It's moving from waning gibbous to its third or last quarter phase. That is the last quarter moon. This third quarter moon sits at 3 o'clock of the phase dial, where the sun-earth-moon angle is once 90 degrees, but this time it's on the right side of the clock. From Earth, we see half of the moon's disk illuminated, the side opposite as one's illuminated at first quarter. A third quarter moon rises about 6 hours after the sun sets, reaches its highest point in the southern sky at dawn, and sets at about noon. Now, The waning moon is used for banishing and rejecting those that influence us as in a negative way. Negative emotions, diseases, ailments, bad habits can all be let go, and special spells for clearing negative energies from the self, home, ritual circle, tools, and so on can be performed at this time. Simply remember that when you remove an energy, you want to fill the void with more positive energy. So this is also a good time to concentrate the future with what you want it to be as you move forward. Now, as the moon orbits Earth, which is the inner circle, it positions relative to the sun and Earth changes. This causes the lunar phase we see in the sky, which is the outer circle. In the week after the third quarter, the moon moves through its waning crescent phase to its dark phase. So the dark moon is about 3 to 5 days before the eventual return to the new moon phase, where the cycle begins again, and the moon enters a dark phase. The moon sits about 2:30 on the dial. Here, the moon is neither illuminated by the sun in the crescent phase, nor is it able to reflect the light of the sun, providing an outline of its surface as the new moon phase. It is truly dark and seeming as it disappeared from the sky. Typically, no magic is performed during this time. This is the time to give yourself a break, to turn to self, pamper, replenish your own energies. Vision, quest, and deep meditation are called for at this time and focus on personal matters, questions, and answers. The void of coarse moon is not recognized through astronomical means. It's purely a natural or nature's based observation or astrological phase. Now, the last phase that we have here is lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes into the Earth's shadow. This type of eclipse does not occur every year, but when it does, it's a wonderful and magical night. It lasts for only a few hours, so you need to plan your rituals well in advance. A lunar eclipse on a full moon is perfect for all purposes. Simply plan your spells to coordinate with the passing shadow. When the moon is in full eclipse, treat those few moments as if the moon were in the dark phase. Some practitioners forego magic work altogether and use this time to honor lunar deities in a special ritual. Raven Wings, you're absolutely right. The moon phase is very important to Wiccans as well as the spells they cast. The moon occurs when the moon phases into the outer shadow of the Earth, the penumbral moon. This type of eclipse is hard to spot unless the moon is 70% into the shadow. These type of eclipses are more common and generally occur at least once a year. When you see it, the lower part of the moon becomes distorted. During a waning moon phase, for instance, the lower half of the moon would look blurred or smudged. Once again, it's a special night. This is a perfect night to honor the magic and lunar deities. No work or casting, just thoughtfulness and gratitude. So, here's a few pointers to casting a successful spell. The moon phase. The moon phase is a great deal when it comes to casting spells. The moon adds more energy, so you have more chance of your spell working, but it depends on your spell. Some spells work better on different moon phases. I would personally say the full moon works best for me, but it depends on the individual. Knowing the right time to cast your spells is very important as well. I advise you to set your intention on when to cast your spell. Next, you'd have your tools. When casting spells, I would have to say you would have to use the right tools. Many tools represent many purposes. The right purpose will add more effect when you're casting your spell. For example, if I'm casting a love spell, I want to use a red candle because it represents love. So the tools actually matter. If you don't use tools, when you have less of a chance of your spell working. Next, your intention. When you're going to cast a spell, you need to mentally focus on what you want to happen. You should probably meditate before even attempting to cast a spell. If you don't meditate, your mind will be going on the random thoughts. A clear mind is a very important step. You need to put all your emotion into the spell. You need to actually feel the spell working. Believe in the spell. When casting your spell, visualize your spell working. Keep doing that until you feel enough, you have raised enough energy and directed it. Now, experience. I have actually believed it depends on the experience on the individual. We all know you should practice the basics for several months. After several months of practicing, you might want to try and cast a spell Although I believe more experience you have with magic, the more chance you have God of your outcome coming true. Many people give up after their first attempt of casting spells. Uh, Dedicate yourself to the basics and follow the steps, and you'll be just fine. Next would be energy. I believe the energy needs to be built up in an individual really well. Chants and visualizations will raise your energy. You will know when you're raising energy. For me, I raise energy. My gut starts to get a strong energy feeling. The clearer you say it, the clearer you visualize it, your energy will get stronger and stronger, and then that's where you can actually cast your spells that you have chosen. Belief. You must believe the spell is going to work. When you believe, the spell is going to work, instead of trying to believe, why don't you first try and get rid of your disbeliefs? That will make it a lot easier for you. So right now, that is the first half of our show. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we will be headed towards spells. Welcome back to Beyond the Grave Radio with Haunted Salem on the Paranormal King Radio Network. In case you're just joining us, tonight's show is about Wicca and spells. Know your craft. We are on the second half of our show, in which we are going to discuss some handy spells. These spells are safe to do and do not harm to you or others. If you are interested in any particular spells, then just message me on Facebook and I'll be happy to assist you. The first spell we're going to do is a very common spell. It's called To Freeze Someone. This is a spell that can be used to stop someone from harming you, others, or yourselves. It also works to stop gossip. Now, what you need is a Ziploc baggie, some water, your freezer, and a paper with the person's name on it, or you can even use a photo if you want with the person. Now, put some water in a Ziploc bag, close it, and put it in the freezer. Wait for the water to freeze. Take the name of the person or the photo of the person you wish to freeze and put that in the baggie. Then you will fill the rest of it with water until it's completely covered. Close the bag and put it back in the freezer and wait for the water to freeze. If the paper photo isn't fully covered in ice yet, add some more water and freeze again. Now, leave the baggie in your freezer. This will keep the person on ice throughout the times you have the baggie in the freezer. Once you do take that bag out of the freezer, plan on hearing from them again, whatever problems you're having. What I normally do is not only would you write the name of the person's name on there, write what you want them to stop doing. I want them to leave me alone. I want them not to bother me. I want them not to call me. Whatever the reason, write their name and what you want, and then do that spell. It will work for you. The next spell we have is get rid of unwanted guests. Now, this is a cute spell. All you need is a broom. When you have had that moment when people have overstayed their welcome and you don't have the good sense to get up and leave, well, here's a surefire way to get them up and out the door. Okay? Take a broom into a room that is either facing your unwanted guest or is directly behind them. Close the door. Lay the broom on the floor with the stalk butts facing the direction of the guests. Stand behind the broom and chant the following. Get ye out behind my door. Get ye out beyond my door, for I'm weary to the core. Take a few relaxing breaths and visualize your guests leaving. Put the broom away. Now within 10 to 15 minutes, they will take their leave unaware of your magical nudging. Next, we have joining together photo. If you want your potential lover to be stuck on you, this is the best of the magic love spells. The photos you shouldn't have anyone else in them but you and him or you and her. You will need the following items: a photo of you and a photo of the one you desire, a red candle, a pen or a marker. Now, on the back of the picture of him or her, write I love you. And on the back of your photo, write you love me. Light the candle and look at both photos, picturing the two of you together in real life. Drip candle wax on the front side of both photos and quickly stick them together. Repeat the following. Together as one under moon and sun. Slip the pair of photos under your pillow and sleep with them until your loved one is yours. Next, we have a spell that's called A Night You Will Never Forget. What you need for this spell is a red pen, a piece of paper, a plate of any kind, and a lighter. You put the names on the blank spots. So you're going to say this prayer. Now, again, I understand it. I don't know if you're writing this all down or just, message me on Facebook and I will send you the archive and you can take notes, or I'll send you the spells directly. This is what you're going to say. So put both names in the spots. Spirits of love and romance, hear my prayer. The, which would be him, and I, which is you, enjoy a night of love and romance. Let the feeling of this night astonish us both, as we're the only two people in the world. Let this night be unforgettable for days. It's all we can think about, so blessed be. Now, write the player on the piece of paper with a red pen. After saying the player, which is, the saying, 3 times, burn the piece of paper. So what you want to do is you want to take what I just said and write that on the paper with a red pen. Say it 3 times, okay? Burn the piece of paper on the plate and say, I burn this spell to seal it. Discard all the ashes away. You can even flush them in the bathroom, in the toilet, okay? Next, we have what's called get rid of anger. It is to make someone who is mad at you stop. The person has to be someone that you care about and love, and you want to make your relationship better, otherwise the spell won't work. So what you need is a photo of the person, which is optional. Okay, but it's best to have in an orange candle. Light the candle and think about the person. First think the situation as it is now. What happened? Why is he or she mad at you? Do that for a little while meditating. Then try to focus on the good times you had with this person. Let the tense leave and keep only the good feelings. Now, stare at the photo, or if you don't have one, the flame, and imagine the person and chant. You may be upset with me, you who may not see my pain. Feel the love I have for you. Try to be merciful and understand me. Get rid the anger now, so mote it be. Now think about the person calming down and hugging you, and it will happen. I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry. I got stuck in the chat. King's like, what if I only had a pencil? Well, nope. You either need a pen or a marker, or you need a red pen, or whatever the spell calls out for. You need to follow it to the T, or the spell's not going to work. So I thought that was cute. Hi, King. All right. Attracting a new friend. This spell draws to you a friend rather than a lover. Someone of like mind who enjoys the same things you do. It is best performed during uh, the waxing phase of the moon. You will need 3 brown candles, a sheet of paper, and a pen. Light the candles. On the sheet of paper, write down the attributes you would like your friend to have. Say each one out loud. Fold the paper in half twice. Light the edge of the folded paper from one of the candles and repeat the words. With heart and mind I do now speak. Bring to me the one I seek. Let this paper be the guide and bring this friend to my side. Pain and loneliness be no more. Draw a companion to my door. Let not this simple spell coerce or make my situation worse. As I will, it shall be. Let the paper burn out, then snuff out the candles. Use these candles only for the same type of spell. Within the next few weeks, you should meet someone with some of the same qualities as you that you seeked. Remember that you have called this person to you, so you have the confidence and the time to explore the relationship properly. Never ever be judgmental about the qualities in your new friend that are not ones that you have requested. Now, a simple Wiccan money spell. This is a simple white magic spell which will help you overcome financial difficulties and attract money successfully into your life. It can be used as a spell to help you in business. So you would need a gold chain, a gold ring, and 3 yellow candles. Now, cast your circle of protection. Put the yellow candles in front of you, forming a triangle. In the middle of the circle, place the gold ring and the gold chain. Visualize the center of the triangle filling with prosperity energy and all the abundance of the universe. Get into this visualization as strongly as you can and then chant this simple mantra below 3 times. Wealth, abundance, and prosperity flow into my life and set me free. It is my will, so mote it be. Now take the gold ring and put it on the gold chain. Then put the chain around your neck and feel the prosperity energy connecting with your own energy. Wear the gold chain as often as you can, as it will now attract money into your life. Next, we have a financial spell. This spell is used for help with money problems such as trouble with bills or taxes. You would need a penny as new as possible, 1 glass of water, a green leaf from a flower or a tree, which is optional, and you need to either be outside or inside. If outside, stand in the light of the stars and the moon. If inside, sit down at a table. Now, place the penny down on a flat surface with the head up, tails down. Chant this twice. Money in life is my trouble, so I need help on the double. In 3 weeks, I wish hopefully that these troubles are gone, so mote it be. After saying the chant, take the water and the leaf, if you have one, and place it alongside the penny. Then drop the penny in the glass of water and the leaf afterwards, if you have one, and then chant above 3 more times. By 3 weeks, the trouble you have, the money should either be easier to deal with or gone, depending on how bad you are with money problems. Next is to protect you while you sleep. You will need the following items for the spell: salt and water. In a cup of water, add 3 pinches of salt. Starting in the northern quarter next to your bed, sprinkle the mixture around the bed while chanting, "Water and earth, where you are, cast no spell or adverse purpose. Haste if not in complete accord with me, as my words so mote it be." Visualize a protective circle of energy form as you chant. Next, we have Banish Evil. This spell is to keep demons and evil spirits and negative energies out of your home. It keeps your home protected from evil. You need salt and a white candle. First, light the white candle, then sprinkle the salt around the candle, but not on the flame. Then say, "Evil gone, evil no more, you are no longer welcome, evil leave, evil gone. With these words I banish you, so mote it be." Next, we have Lost and Found. To find out what you have lost or found, you need a candle and a crystal. Recite the following while holding the candle and the crystal. "Guidance spirits, I ask your charity. Lend me your focus and clarity. Lend me to the thing I cannot find. Restore that in my peace of mind." The effects may take a few days because the spirits have to find the things you lost. I have another Lost and Found spell, which is to recover items that have seemingly disappeared. While looking for the item in question, just say this little incantation, and every now and again: "Keeper of what is lost and found, take what was lost and make it found. I haven't got the time to look to try and find what you took. I haven't got the time, you see. Now please give back what belongs to me." It helps to sometimes to name the item you're looking for, otherwise you might end up finding stuff that is still lost, but what you weren't currently looking for. Next, we have what's called Not Your Troubles. It's to make your problems go away one problem at a time. One problem per spell. So you can do the spell many times, but you can use different problems each time. So you need a piece of yarn that's at least 12 inches long, and you can make the yarn color to suit your problem, which we went over the colors. Take the yarn and pull it tight, focusing on the difficult situation or problem, and start tying knots. Visualize your troubles being bound up and trapped there. Keep tying until you feel it's enough. Take it outside and bury it to keep your problems away. All right, next we have a spell to find job or money. This is a simple spell that will put you on the path to a career. What you need is 1 coin, gold, green, or white candle, and incense suited for money spells. Light the candle in incense. Position the coin so the wax from the candle drips down onto it. After the candle burns down, pick up the coin and say, "From this coin I remove wax and also all obstacles in my path, to the job that I require and to the money I require, so mote it be." Next, we have 3 wishes. This spell will grant 3 wishes. Now, the wishes can't affect someone's free will, however. What you need is 1 black candle, paper, any type of writing tool, a bowl, and a plant. Write your wishes on a paper and then burn, place in a bowl while burning, and you're going to chant. "Grant to me these wishes 3. Make me who I want to be. Come to me, I call you here. Come to me and settle here." With the ashes, sprinkle it over the plant. Your wishes become bound to the plant, so as it continues to grow, your wishes will come true. Next, we have good luck. You will need the following: red chalk, 3 red candles, and your mind. You're going to draw a triangle with the chalk. Now place the candles in the points. Now sit in the triangle, and now say in your mind, "Good luck" 2 times, and 1 time out loud. That should give you some luck. Next is called Banish a Bad Memory. It bans a negative memory from the human mind. You will need a balloon or a candle, paper, and king, a pen, a pencil, or a marker. Write said memory on the piece of paper. So you're going to write what your bad memory is on the paper. Then you must burn the paper or tie it to the balloon and send it flying to the sky. Then you must chant this: "There is no more a memory, I am now free." Stop thieves. Help stop your property from being broken into. You would need black peppercorn, sea salt, and vinegar. Grind some black peppercorns with some sea salt, then mix with some vinegar to make a paste. Dab on the door jambs, window ledges, and other entrances to your home or business, and this will prevent your property from being broken into. Next, the king, you're funny. Next, we have Eye of the Truth. Eye of the Truth spell, king. This one's for you. With the spell, no one will be able to lie or hide secrets from you. Ain't that the truth? You will need the following items for the spell. Any stone will work. You need a stone. And your voice. That's it. You hold the stone in your hand and you're going to chant: "Stone of truth, you see all, tell me what I need to know. No lies or secrets shall be kept from me. This is my will, so mote it be." And that is the Tooth King. Next, we have a popularity spell. You will need a candle, a voice, a pen, a paper, and to be alone, and pets don't count. Day or night doesn't matter. You're going to light a candle, get a pen and a piece of paper, write down what you want to become popular in. And you're going to say, "O gods and goddesses of fate and destiny, I ask of thee to grant my wish of becoming popular, so mote it be." Then burn the paper. Next, we have a successful career spell. This spell will help you successfully at whatever career you have chosen. All you need is one green candle and one blue candle. Light both candles and visualize yourself being successful at your chosen career. Chant while meditating and visualizing: "I am highly successful, brilliant career." Repeat this 12 times. Let the candle continue burning for exactly 1 hour after you're done chanting, then blow them out. Next, we have Wake Up Early. Now, this one is pretty cute. It's a simple method for waking up early. So all you need is a pillow, okay? Now, to make yourself wake up at a certain hour before you go to sleep, bang your head on your pillow the appropriate number of times corresponding to the hour that you'd like to wake up. For example, bang your head 7 times if you want to get up at 7. Isn't that cute? I bet you all be banging your heads tonight, huh? Well, actually, no, tomorrow's Saturday, so. Next is to have a dream of the deceased. You will need the following: 1 white candle, a picture of the deceased, and a pentagram. Light the white candle and stare at the flame for a few minutes, then put the picture at eye level and say, "You are gone forever, but through the spell, my dreams to which you will come." Place the picture under your pillow, let the candle burn to a stub, blow it out, and place it under your pillow too. Sleep with them under your pillow for 3 nights to receive the dream you want. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, this is Nightmare Be Gone. Nightmares can reject your full rest. It will reduce the amount of energy you have the next day, so this spell will help you rid those nightmares. You need, a white candle, an incense of your choice, a pentacle either drawn on paper or a necklace. Take the pentacle, paper, or necklace and place it on a flat surface. Then take the white candle and place it on the pentacle if it's paper, or place it by the top of the pentacle if it's a necklace. Then take the incense and place it by the white candle and light the candle and say, "By the power of the universe that runs through my veins, I banish the darkness that dwells in my brain." Next, we have bills to pay. Money to pay bills. We all need that, right? So all you need is a green candle and money in the amount of any bill. Okay? What you're going to do Light the candle and gently wave money in the amount of the bill over the top flame as you recite. Money, money, come to me. Come and help set me free. Of this bill I have to pay, for it is due on this day. Say the day it is due. Come and set my mind at ease. And with that said, I do say please. And then thank you, Juno Montita. Note not too close. You don't want to lose any money, but let the candle burn 15 minutes, then blow it out. Do this for 3 days. If you want someone to call you, you will need the following: a piece of parchment paper and a pen. Now take a piece of parchment or fine quality writing paper and inscribe the name of the target. Write it in a circle twice so the ends meet. As you do this, concentration on the person's face and you desire that they call you. While still concentrating, put a needle through the center of the circle created by the name. Place the charm by the phone. The call will come either in 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 5 days, depending on how well you did the spell and how you casted it and how much power you used. Next is detecting ghosts in your surroundings. All you need is salt and flour. If you think you have a ghost in your house, you should feel cold or chill after you have to close all windows and doors. Then put salt on the window sides and put flour on the door sides. Then wait for the next day. If the salt is moved or the flour, it means there is a ghost. Next, you have a diet spell. You need a knife and a yellow candle. This spell should be performed during a waxing moon on a night on which you can see the moon. It shall be performed outside or an open window facing the moon. Take the candle and point it to the sky. Imagine yourself thin. Carve the wish into the candle, light it, and say, "Tonight I come to you, young moon. Help my efforts not to be in vain. Help me now to lose my burden. May I lose so you may gain." Let the candle burn down and throw it away. Next, we have golden wishing ring. It will grant you any wish you desire. Okay, all you need is a simple gold ring, no designs or stones like a wedding band will do. Okay, put the ring on and say, "Ring of gold, ring of old, do my bidding as you're told." Then wish away. Warning, be careful what you wish for, don't tell anybody, and remember, trust is a double-edged sword. Next, we have to spice up your life. It gives an extra kick for the days filled with energy and possibly helping with love. You need pepper, salt, and cinnamon. Mix pepper and salt together while you chant. Spice my life, give it good hopes. No more being sad, no more cries or mopes. With this I shall get the kick that I need to succeed. Now begin mixing the cinnamon in and chant. With this mix, I cause good clicks. Sprinkle this on your next meal, eat it, and you will spice up your life. Next, we have depression banishing chant. It helps get rid of depression. You need 1 yellow candle and a pink candle. Light both yellow and pink candles in front of you and chant the following words. Blessed goddess of light and love, please come help me on this night. My heart is heavy and my feelings are blue. My soul is sad, I don't know what to do. Help me banish the pain I feel. The lackluster feeling has no appeal. Help me see the love begin and feel my heart to be light again. Let me climb up this hole and be with you heart, body, and soul. I ask thee, goddess, on this night, please help me make myself all right, so mote it be. Next, we have what's called Free Me. It's to rid headaches and chaos and to feel free again in your life. You need a dark feather and a piece of thread that's long enough to tie around a tree. Loosely bind a dark feather with a piece of thread to a tree and say the following. From stress and heartache, free me. From all the chaos of the day, free me. From stagnant thoughts, free me. From idleness and feelings of helplessness, free me. Wind, free me. Next, we have to be rid of whatever. Now, this gets rid of negative thoughts and people, etc. So you will need the following: a red candle, one piece of paper, a pen, a toilet. Write on the paper what you want to get rid of. Light the red candle and concentrate on it. Think about how it will be when you are rid of it. Light the candle and burn the paper. Let the ash fall into the toilet. Flush the toilet and say, "Around, around, around you go. Down the toilet the water flows. With the water you must go. Down, down, down the toilet you must go." Now, we have just a couple more spells for the night, and it will be ending our show. We have Madly in Love spell. Now, it attracts madly the desired being that you want. Paper, red candle, and honey. Write down on paper the initials of the name and the full name of the desired person. Light the red candle and focus a few minutes on the person you want to attract. After focusing, spray the paper with some honey, which is very little honey. Fold the paper in 4. Save it under your pillow for 2 nights. After the second night, burn the paper. Store the ashes until the spell is fulfilled. Next, we have acne fix. All you need is a blue or a brown candle. Meditate until grounded. Light your candle and concentrate on the flame. When you feel like you've centered your energy, say, "Goddess of beauty, goddess of cleanliness, oh please Aphrodite, rid my skin of blemishes. This is my will, so mote it be." And the very last spell I have for you guys tonight is Be Mine. It's to win the heart of the one you love. You will need the following: a red candle, a pen, and a flame. At midnight, light a red candle, insert a new pin through the wick saying these words: "It is not," and then the person's name, "I wish to stick, but his heart I wish to prick. May he neither sleep nor rest until he grants me my request." Sit on the candle and absorb the light of the flame into your heart and mind, then snuff out the candle. So that is the end of our show. I hope you all enjoyed it. I would like to thank the Paranormal King Radio Network for having us on, and Ross Raposo, all our listeners, and everyone in chat. It was a great night on Talk Radio, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So we will have Corey on for next week, and we will see you then. Have a great night. That ends this episode of Beyond the Grave Radio with Haunted Salem, where the dead educate the living. Thank you for listening to what the dead had to say. All the stories mentioned are true, and if interested in more, visit us at mysteriesofhauntedsalem.com.